I'm good. I'm fine.
What was all that?
Clearing my throat.
All right, Twinkle Toes.
Haha.
Anyway,
Anywho's.
I think that Jasper is requiring a bit of attention today because he hasn't got any in at least 24 hours.
Well, Grayson was up my ass this morning, so we cuddled for a little bit.
Yeah, but Grayson's a cuddler.
Jasper doesn't like to cuddle.
Jasper's not really a cuddler.
No.
Though it's weird because he will sleep next to you.
Yeah.
Or like in your vicinity.
Yeah. Kind of like how my cat does. She won't like...
Yes, he doesn't like being on people.
Hmm.
But that's because when he was a kitten, I don't think we handled him as much because every time we would pick him up, he would freak out and just start like meowing all over the place.
Probably just doesn't like it.
But Grayson was like,
Never did.
for like a week, was like hand fed by like people. So like he liked that. I don't know. They're weird cats. Sleepy there, buddy?
No.
That was a big yawn.
I didn't yawn.
You did yawn.
No one heard it.
I saw it.
Did you though?
I did.
Hmm.
Isn't it weird that Bentley always happens to chew his bone when he knows that we're recording?
He must just know.
He literally has to know.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think he chewed on his bone all week.
but you don't really think that they notice stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like you sitting in front of a mic, or me sitting in front of a mic, or you with headphones on. Like, such minor details. He doesn't even know what these things are. But every single time we record, he starts chewing his bone. Lays in the same fucking spots.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways.
Anywho's.
Are you ready to get started? Yes, we are. Are you ready to get started? Yes, we are.
Aha.
S-S-T-S-T-A-R-T. Let's start. S-S-T-S-T-A-R-T. Let's start.
Yeah.
That was a cheerleading thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When my brothers played football, that would be like the cheers that would be like the easiest to... And I think even high school football, they did that too.
Maybe.
Do you not know?
I didn't go to high school games. I went to 2, but I didn't actually watch the games.
What did you go to the games for?
One I don't remember. The other one, I think Tyrese just wanted to meet up with friends or something.
So you just went to the games to not watch it?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like I did that too, but like I would sit down and watch some of the game.
No, I just happened to go just because I just happened to be chilling with someone that wanted to go at the time.
That's adorable.
Yeah, because I didn't care.
Even though you played?
I didn't play, though.
Like, well, you practiced.
I did everything but play.
That should give you some indication of how Dre is.
Haha.
Well done. Let's get jiggy with it.
Haha.
As said best by Will Smith. So, welcome to That's What's Going On. This is Jaden again.
This is Trey.
Again.
Hello.
Hello. Hello to you, our fans. The ones that we have.
Whoever's there.
I appreciate the ones who are still listening. Always. And I hope to at some point have new people listen.
Yeah.
We're gonna get big one day. Maybe when we actually like show our faces and record ourselves.
I'm thinking once we move, like,
And we get like everything said.
revamp a little bit. Yeah.
Right. I feel like that then
Yeah, we'll be good.
will definitely be golden.
Yeah.
I think people will be curious enough to see what the hell we look like if they don't know what we look like. So.
Possibly.
Anywho's.
Haha.
So, in the spirit of it only being after this week, only like the following weekend is Halloween, right?
Oh, the weekend after that. Not this weekend coming up, but the following.
I didn't say this weekend. I said after this week. The next weekend is Halloween.
Yes, you're right.
All right, buddy. So, we're gonna give y'all some stories.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, they are stories.
Everything's a story, you know?
Everything is a story. Everything started off somewhere.
Yeah.
Every ghost story and horror story, it was an idea at some point. Except one of the ones that we'll be talking about today actually happened. And the other one is more fictional turned real-ish, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
But
You'll see what we mean at the time.
well, we're going to be talking about the Lizzie Borden murders and Slenderman.
Haha.
So that's what we mean. Because Lizzie Borden actually was a real person. All that stuff actually happened. And Slenderman is a fictional character. Wanted to give some diversity.
Yeah, and it also gave things that actually happen in real life.
Yeah, it still relates to real life.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyways.
So, talking about Lizzie Borden. If anybody out there knows the story of Lizzie Borden, you know, like, there's, like, that rhyme that goes with it. It's like, Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, gave her father 41. And I guess, like, people would, like, sing that at the time. I don't, like, I don't know if it was, like, an actual, like, jump rope thing, but I feel like it was always depicted as, like, little children jump roping would sing that song.
Yeah. Or playing hopscotch or some shit like that.
Yeah. So anyway.
Like, whenever I've heard that, I always think of the Freddy, the Freddy one. And there's always the kids that are always playing when they're singing it. So that's what I associate it with.
Oh, like the rhyme.
Yeah.
That's so funny because when I went to the Trail of Terror, there was, like, a Freddy versus Jason area. And so, like, Freddy was following Ray. So I started singing the song, like, 1, 2, Freddy's
slight
coming
tangent.
for you.
I saw videos that there's escape rooms where there's actual people chasing you down, too.
Dude, I saw that too. And, like, you had to get really creative, like, by hiding
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Wait, did you share that video? Is that how I saw it?
Yeah, that was probably because I shared it. It actually looked really, really cool.
Yeah. Except for the part where they're just chasing you.
It was kind of sad, though, because, like, when going back to, like, going to the Trail of Terror, when I was singing the song, like, the Freddy dude was kind of just, like, standing there, and, like, you thought that he would at least, like, sing along. I don't think he knew the rhyme. I think he just had to play Freddy, and that was about
Probably
it.
could be young enough that he doesn't even know really what he's doing. He just know he's a person.
Nah, he definitely was, like, in, like, his 20s. Like, definitely, though. Because,
If
like,
it's
his
early 20s, I stand by my statement.
his voice was,
'Cause I feel like my sister may not know that. And my sister's 20.
she doesn't know that?
I don't know. That's something I would have to ask her.
Well,
Because in my head, I feel like she hasn't watched any movies from the 80s. I could be wrong.
bother. All right. Well, let's get started then.
Yeah.
So, Lizzie Andrew Borden. How many times do you see a man's name in the middle of a girl's name?
I don't know.
Andrew.
I don't really. I guess.
I think he was a little bit entitled, but that's just me. Okay. So Lizzie Andrew Borden was born in Fall River, Massachusetts in 1860. If you really think about it, it was a long time ago, but not. You know what I mean?
What year was it again?
1860. Like you would think that like, I mean, it is like
160.
160 years, but like the number 160 sounds like like a big number.
That's like
But
4
like,
generations, if that.
but like, so little things have happened in that time.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy.
And it was like 20 years after that is when black people were freed.
Yeah, wasn't it like the 1880s?
80s or something like that.
No idea though. Anywho, though. So yes. So she allegedly on August 4th, 1892, her father Andrew Borden and stepmother Abby Borden were murdered by her, allegedly. So a few people were looked at for the crimes, but most of the signs just pointed to Lizzie. All right, so I'm gonna hit you with a little backstory about Lizzie. I don't know if she was like, if it's like Lizzie. I don't know. It is Lizzie, which is weird because usually Lizzie is a nickname for Elizabeth, but she was just Lizzie. It's weird. Anyway.
I guess it's when people ask me if my name's short for anything. I'm like, no, it's just try.
Just try.
Yeah.
3 letters.
Yep.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, she was born to Andrew and Sarah Borden. And she was the second daughter. She has an older sister, Emma. After Sarah died, 3 years later, Andrew married Abby. And so they lived pretty well with her and then his 2 daughters. He was, I guess, like a pretty prominent man in Massachusetts. Like, he was pretty wealthy, but like still worried about money. I think I had read somewhere that like his net worth was like 500,000, which at that time period is like in the millions. Yeah. So like it's kind of but like he's still worried about money. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just like a frugal asshole. We don't really know. But yeah, but like so both sisters lived with the Bordens in like well into their adulthoods. At the time of the murders, Lizzie was already like 31 or 32. So clearly she didn't give 2 shits how long she was there.
No, she had no intentions of leaving.
Yeah. So I guess the sisters weren't really close with their stepmother. They even greeted her as Mrs. Borden. So instead of saying like Abby or mother, it was very formal. Just Mrs. Borden. Which I felt was like kind of weird because like their last names are also Borden, so they would also be Mrs. Borden. And she was Miss Borden. Yeah. I don't know. It was weird.
But sometimes I don't know if I would address someone else as a parent when they're not my real parent. Especially if I'm 30 already.
That's true. But like, well, I don't know how long they were. Like, I don't know how old that they were when he were married.
Fair enough. But at the same time, either way, like I don't know if I would refer to someone else as a parent.
But they thought that the only reason why she married into the Bordens was because that her family goes after their money.
Isn't that how it just was though too back in the day? Just like
you married into money.
Yeah.
But Lizzie and her sister, I guess, like they kind of just they worked together and to help take care of their father's rental properties and kind of just like be independent without being independent. Like they wanted to have like I guess like some form of knowledge about something.
Yeah.
I feel like they were more independent women, didn't really like want to have to require like a man to do things for them. And I guess like Emma was very protective over Lizzie too, like was always watching out for her. And Lizzie I guess was also like really involved in like their church, like wherever they went. And so it's like I guess like at the time of the murders, like it was hard for people to think that she could do something like that. Sorry, kind of tired still. Anyway, so like I said, Andrew and Abby Borden were murdered August 4th, 1892. And, I guess Lizzie found, quote, her father, and then yelled for the maid, Bridget, which I actually read that even though her name was Bridget Sullivan, they called her Maggie. They didn't even call her by her actual name.
Yeah.
So, in actuality, when Lizzie called out for Bridget, she said Maggie.
Yeah.
Like, Maggie, come quickly, or something like that. So anyway, she called Bridget to her father's dead body, saying that he had been attacked with a hatchet, sleeping on the sofa. And then, I guess, like, the two of them searched the home, and they found Abby Borden in her bedroom upstairs, who was also killed with a hatchet.
Was it?
And I don't remember if they found the hatchet. I thought they did. But I don't remember for sure if they actually.
No, there were speculations that they might have the correct one, but there's no way of actually telling that it was the actual one.
That's true. I think that's what happened.
At least that's what it said in Ghost Adventures.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is what happened in Ghost Adventures. So I guess Mrs. Borden was struck 19 times, and Mr. Borden was struck 10 times. And they said that his face was bashed in, like, so badly that he was barely recognizable.
Yeah.
And Abby Borden, like, a lot of her shots were to her head also. So when the police were called, they suspected Lizzie immediately. Her sister Emma was out of town, so it definitely couldn't have been her. Bridget was, like, questioned for it, but I guess she was washing the windows, so there was, like, no, and I guess, like, it was proven that she was washing the window, so there was, like, really no evidence that, like, she did it, and she wouldn't really have had a reason to.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that they didn't really treat her very nicely. But,
I mean,
like,
they didn't call her her own name.
They didn't even call her by her own name.
I feel you.
There
was also just how it was.
There were other speculations that, like, that Bridget and Lizzie, like,
worked together.
Yeah, like, did it together. There was some speculation that, like, another man did come in and kill them. There was even some speculation that, like, Lizzie may have been, like, a lesbian, and, like, her and Sullivan, or Bridget Sullivan, were having an affair, and, like, maybe, like, Abby or even Andrew Borden had, like, found them, and so that's why they were killed. There's a bunch of different speculations, but, like, no one will actually ever know, except like the three dead people.
Yeah.
But if you did watch, like, the Lizzie Borden movie with Christina Ricci, at the end it kind of hinted that, like, she whispered in her sister's ear that she's the one who killed them.
Oh, okay.
But, like,
once the thing was off her.
Yeah. But I guess, like, the police suspected her because, like, she just seemed to have such a lack of emotion about, like, it all. Like,
yeah,
she acted distraught, like, at the time or whatever, but, like, literally afterwards, like, you would have never even known that her
dad died.
her father and stepmother were brutally murdered.
Exactly.
Hello, Belly. So anyway, so between the time of the murders and the time of her arrest, she had burned a dress that she said was stained with paint, but police suspected that it was really just stained with blood, and she wanted to get rid of the evidence, which makes sense, because why would Lizzie just randomly have paint on her fucking dress?
Yeah.
That's just my thing. So on December 2nd, 1892, her indictment began. She didn't testify for herself, and they went mostly solely on the testimony of, like, other people, but those came out inconclusive. So on June 20th, 1893, Lizzie was acquitted due to basically, like, lack of evidence.
Yeah.
And to this very day, no one has any fucking idea who killed them.
That's why there's a part of me that I'm like, I think us killing each other is just part of life. Because there's, before cameras, people would just kill other people and just it was what it was.
I mean, in the Wild West, like, it's weird though, okay? Like, because if you really think about it, somehow people figured out who killed other people. Like, yes, there were a lot of unsolved murders and whatnot, but compared to like the lack of any type of like forensics or anything like that, like they literally used their gut intuition and like just skills and knowledge of like the land and like and people and stuff. Because like think about like all those like bounties and wanted posters for like robbers and murderers and all that stuff. Like they all got like people knew who they were. Like I don't know if that's just because they were so bold with like how they did things, but I feel like even if you were just like just killed somebody randomly and like kind of quietly, like somehow like you were still like figured out. Like it was.
I think if it's quietly, no, I don't think it was figured out.
I mean,
I think it was only the
know.
bold that were like hunted down. Like if I'm sure
like stagecoach robbers and stuff.
Yeah, like very obvious. Like, well, we all know like there's only two people who would rob something like this. Well, so it gotta be one of them.
Yeah, but like, what about like the first stagecoach robberies and stuff? Like, people wouldn't like. What if that was their first time doing it? People wouldn't know who you were.
No, so I feel like you would get away with it. Unless you were dumb enough to stick around in that part of town.
I don't know, man. I mean, if you really want to like take it all the way back, like it goes back to like the whole like biblical things and stuff, where like that's why like there's all of this sin in the world is because of like the forbidden fruit and all that shit, blah blah blah. But like I feel like people wanted to kill people for the betterment of themselves.
Yeah.
And so like if you like it was always just for greed. Yeah. Most of the time it's for money. I mean, other time it's for like, oh, you're sleeping with my wife, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah,
or
act
like,
of passion, greed.
Right. Like so
or self-interest. Yeah.
So it's like we're just like selfish assholes, and if
we're selfish animals.
We are selfish animals, and we don't know how to cohabitate with the rest of the universe.
No.
But
that's why I also think that serial killers were always a thing. It's just
they were, but the first known serial killer was like, was it Jack the Ripper? Was he even a real person?
More or less, yes, I would say. But I don't think he was ever caught.
Excuse me.
But I think
actually, well, I mean, okay, I guess like America's first serial killer was H.H. Holmes, but I guess like from the documentations, like the latest documentations, it seemed that like the unidentified killer Jack the Ripper was called like the first modern day serial killer.
That was written about, yeah.
Yeah.
Put down in paper.
But like, okay, so like couldn't you say like like even though they were in power, but like you know, pharaohs or like tribal like chieftains and stuff like that, like them killing other people or like, you know, trying to commit certain acts of like some sort of genocide or something like that, like wouldn't they technically be serial killers because like they're having all these people killed? Or do you have to do the act yourself to be considered a serial killer?
To me, you have to do the act yourself, because anyone can be like, yeah, go kill that person, and it means nothing for that person that ordered it other than they get what they wanted out of it.
Yeah, but I'm sure some of them also got their hands dirty and like killed a whole bunch of people.
But like,
but I guess like the first depicted one would be the unknown Jack the Ripper, and then like the first American one was H.H. Holmes.
But yeah.
I wonder who the first female serial killer. Wait, so is a serial killer? Is it if you kill more than one person?
I think that if there's a pattern to what you're killing, yeah, I think you have to kill more than one person, because you're not a serial killer, because you're only a killer. But if you kill a number of people, then you're a serial killer.
Do they have to have a pattern? I feel like in Criminal Minds it says.
I want to say no, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, there has to be something to trigger them, I guess, right?
Okay, so it says
That would be the ultimate serial killer, wouldn't it? If they had no pattern, they were just killing
Just
willy-nilly.
killing, just anyway. It says a serial killer is conventionally defined as a person who murders 3 or more people in a period of over a month with a cooling down time between murders. It says for serial killer, the murders must be a separate event, which are most often driven by psychological thrill or pleasure. So I guess that's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So she wouldn't be considered a serial killer, so she's just like just a
Just
regular
some
old
crazy
killer
person. Yeah.
for passion, mostly to keep her money and shit, because they said that she lived the rest of her life, like, yes, like, people still, I think, like, low-key,
But they
knew
have
that she
enough
was-
money.
but she had money,
Yeah.
and she was independent and all that shit, and didn't want to be around
It's
a
behind
bunch
you,
of men
Boog.
and shit.
Behind you, Boog.
Oh, did Manly lose his bone that he, like, threw himself?
Yeah, he kicked it all the way behind him. Now he's like, where did it go? Sorry.
He's so special. He's just a big brute. But anyway, so yeah, so that's the story of Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
It's a pretty commonly known story.
Yeah.
I think we learned a lot today.
Oh, yeah?
Not really. I kind of already knew this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep yawning, but I did. I kind of
It
already
was a
knew
long day
this stuff.
yesterday.
It was a long day yesterday.
It was a good day, but it was a long day.
So yeah. Okay. So Trey,
Ha 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 ha.
you got the mysterious Slender Man. Tell us all about it.
Yeah.
No,
Excuse
boy.
me.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Here we go. Deep breath. Yep. Nice and slow.
Okay.
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 You could be getting it anytime.
Let me just gather my thoughts.
Gather your thoughts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Slender Man. Fictional, maybe supernatural character that originated on creepypasta. Created by something awful forum user Eric Knudsen.
Knudsen.
Also known as Victor Surger. Influenced by H.P. Lovecraft's writing. So I guess he just liked H.P. a lot and wanted to make his own character.
Do you think that makes him a serial killer?
No, you didn't kill anyone.
Thinks it makes him a wannabe serial killer?
No?
Okay.
I don't know.
Continue.
Would H.P. Lovecraft be a serial killer?
Maybe.
Okay, whatever you say.
No. He's just a crazy writer.
Yeah.
Has
don't-
some
let's-
pretty cool works, but I don't remember him. Maybe I just haven't come across a story that, like, where it depicts somebody that, like, is like Slender Man. But
No, I'm assuming he was just influenced by the H.P. Lovecraft, that he just wanted to make his own character that fit in the H.P.
Oh,
Lovecraft
I
universe.
guess.
That's how I took it as.
That's true. Okay.
Slenderman was depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face and wearing a black suit.
Yep.
Tall meaning like 7 feet or something like that, I think. Most of the stories of Slenderman feature him stalking, abducting, or traumatizing people. Makes you think what the creator was thinking when he created him.
Maybe he wants to kill kids.
Maybe.
Why would you come up with a character who like, goes after children?
Well, I don't
Unless
think-
it's like you fighting your own fantasy, but like knowing that you'd get in trouble if you act on it. So instead, you're going to live vicariously through an unknown character.
I guess, yeah. Because to me, I mean, you think of like Stephen King, like, say it, like, did he want to, was that his way of saying he wanted to abduct kids and put them in the sewer? Or to have them have sex with each other as he watched?
What?
In the book It, those kids have an orgy in the sewer to bring themselves connected, to make themselves connected. I believe after they killed it,
What?
they have an orgy in the sewer.
Well, I mean, they all said that the dude was crazy.
So
I mean, he's brilliant in
Yeah.
his works, but crazy. I mean, who's to say he isn't all sexual?
true.
I mean, think of what's the one with the hotel? The hotel with the family. We literally just watched it like a couple weeks ago. Oh my god,
Oh, The Shining.
The Shining. I mean, like, There's a naked chick in the bathtub that he starts making out with, and then all of a sudden turns into an old, water-soaked, skin-peely old lady.
I mean, yeah, because she died in
Skeevy,
the pool,
bro.
but that's how she looked before she died.
Yeah, but like skeevy.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, since his creation, he has been encompassed in a bunch of other stories, pictures, and games. Slender, The 8 Pages in 2012. Slender, The Arrival, 2013.
I played that.
I played them all. Yeah. And then he also inspired Enderman in Minecraft.
I don't play Minecraft.
It's a black creature that pops up behind you. That if you piss it off, it will kill you.
How do you piss it off?
By attacking it. You just gotta let it be.
You just let it exist.
Just let it exist. It'll go away eventually.
Wowzer.
Yeah.
So wait, so what do you get if you defeat it though?
I think you get an Ender Pearl, Ender Diamond, Ender something that I believe helps you get to the Enderverse or Ender World, whatever it's called. Because you got to make a gateway, then you go in there, and then you got to go through all that, then you can fight the Ender Dragon.
Well, that's kind of cray-cray.
Yeah.
All right.
He also appeared in the 2000 film adaptation of Marble Hornets. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Me either. But, so at the beginning of 2014, there was a big panic over the Slender Man when he was connected to real-life severe violent acts.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, a near-fatal stabbing of a 12-year-old girl in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
I think it's like
Waukesha
or what?
Wavkesha.
Waukesha.
Looks like Wakanda.
Wakanda, Wisconsin. Wakanda forever.
Anywho's. On May 31st, 2014, two 12-year-old girls, Anissa Weir and Morgan Geyser, lured their friend Peyton Leventurner into a forest and stabbed her 19 times.
Listening to you try and pronounce people's last names is absolutely hilarious.
I have a speech impediment, okay?
I don't think that's a speech impediment.
I don't know
think
how to
that's just a
pronounce
lack of pronunciation skills.
Anyway.
Anyway.
The two girls were trying to become proxies, aka representatives of the Slender Man. So they wanted to show their willingness for Slender Man and be part of his life.
Skeevy.
Oh yeah.
At 12 years old, it's kind of cray-cray though, if you really think about it.
I mean, yeah, because it's like
they're 12.
There was no supervision at all.
Zero.
You're just allowed to watch whatever, do whatever.
You can just do whatever the hell you want.
To even get that wild idea.
Literally. And you have to continuously be doing it. Watching or reading.
Just deep into it.
Yeah.
Leventurner, somehow still alive, was able to crawl herself to a road where she was found by a passerby. She was taken to the hospital and recovered after 6 days in the hospital. Her wounds consist of stabs at the arms, legs, and torso with a 5-inch long blade. 2 of the wounds were to massive organs. One missed a major artery of her heart by less than a millimeter, and another went through her diaphragm, cutting into her liver and stomach.
Wait, pause.
Yes.
Think about how much pain you have to be in. Because, yes, there were, cuts to, those major parts, too, right? But, her arms and legs, so she's literally crawling. Who knows how far from the woods from the road she was. And all that pain, bleeding out. You gotta be a really strong-willed kid.
I mean, do you want to die in the woods?
Listen, 12
years old. You want to die in the woods?
12 years old, you gotta be a strong-willed kid to, because most people would probably, most young kids would probably be I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna, I guess this is it.
Then they choose to die.
Or they give up. Yeah. You gotta be really strong-willed to do that.
I guess.
Continue.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
The two girls who did the stabbing had walked 4.9 miles with the bloody knife still in their bags. Geyser admitted no empathy at all after she was arrested. However, Ware said she felt guilty but felt the attack was necessary to appease Slenderman, to please their god.
Literally.
But came to find out, Geyser was persuaded by Ware that Enderman was real.
You just did a Stewie.
Did I?
Where?
Where?
Where? What? Cool Whip.
Who said that? Neither girls were found not guilty by mental diseases or defects.
Wow, Bentley.
Thanks,
wow,
brah.
Bentley.
Thanks, brah. Can you not?
Wow, Bentley.
Well, good thing that was just my Xbox controller. Okay. As I was saying,
before Bentley so
Bentley
really
just fucked me up.
Goodness.
Weir pleaded guilty and was sent to a psychiatric institution. Psychiatric institution. Sentenced to 25 to life with an intermediate sentence involving at least 3 years locked in confinement, communal supervision till 37. Geyser pleaded not guilty and was given a maximum sentence of 40 years to life, with an intermediate sentence 3 years locked confinement and involuntary treatment in psychiatric hospital until complete resolute of symptoms or until age 53. Wowzers. Followed by continual communal supervision, reevaluations, and or reinstitution and further treatment.
So basically,
they're trying like adults and yeah.
Okay, so what I from what I remember is that they waived because of the brutality of the crime.
Yeah.
They couldn't be tried as juveniles.
Yeah.
So they were tried as adults. And one of them felt sorry, but the other one showed zero remorse. But like that's crazy that like so either she has to get out if she's fully treated, or by the age of 50 something, and then she has to constantly be like watched basically.
Yeah.
And has to constantly be like reevaluated, and then say that an evaluation comes back like bad or whatever, like she either has to be like reinstitutionalized or like that's like crazy that,
but she was also diagnosed with schizophrenia too, so she actually had like a real problem.
That's probably why.
Yeah. With the other girl was just like, oh, I'm just a normal person that just got caught up.
Like she got caught up in the story, and
yeah.
even though that she's the one who persuaded the Geyser girl that Slenderman was real, it kind of like played into the Geyser girl's schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That's fucked though.
Yeah.
But at least like, you know, the Ware girl like showed some sort of like so like she felt guilty for doing it, but just felt like it was like something that had to be done. I feel like, why wasn't she diagnosed with something?
Sure.
Granted, she could just been like mentally unstable, but like not actually have a diagnosis.
Fair enough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then after all that, the creepypasta was banned from the school district. And
the Wakanda school district.
The Wakanda school district. And the creator stated that he was deeply saddened by this terrible act. Because he just wanted to make something up and didn't think anyone was going to do anything because of something like that.
Which in itself is also crazy.
Yeah. But
like, how can you think that something like that is like really real? But this isn't the first time, because like I guess like I've been hearing like since the first bouts of Slenderman, like you hear that like some people have actually like seen Slenderman.
It's kind of like the
it's
when we did the cryptids, the
yeah.
Lurcher, not the Lurcher.
No.
Was it the Lurcher?
No.
What was it called? Oh, the Rake.
The Rake.
The Rake.
It's like
basically
the group like it's almost like a group psychosis. And you know like how they say in like any type of like if you believe in like, you know, that mysticism and
the
stuff,
Freddy Krueger effect.
that like
if you
yeah,
believe
like,
in it hard
if you
enough.
believe in it, it creates it. And
Yeah.
like that was the same deal with the Rake. So like I mean obviously it's the same deal with like the Slender Man. Like so many people like read it and have thought about it, and like some even like believe it for so long that it actually created it. Like the energy that people can produce, especially as a collective, is crazy. Because it's like I lost my train of thought. Oh my god.
It's at least enough to inspire something to happen, even if the thing itself isn't real. If enough people believe in it, they will do stuff in the belief of that belief.
Like people like think that just because like, you know, somebody thinks about something, but like it's the same as like manifest destiny. Like if you manifest good things coming to you, good things will come to you. But if you manifest such negativity and all that stuff, then the negativity will come to you.
Absolutely.
Like people don't believe that like, oh, you can't just manifest something out of nothing, but like you really can. Like if like we don't know the energy like that an individual person can put out, and we don't know how that could truly affect like we don't know we know nothing about anything, to be honest, if you really think about it,
because it only takes like a slight difference in thinking that it could change your entire perspective, change everything about you. But it's just you have to get there.
Yes. But like we really don't know like the effects of like the human conscience or even like just the human will. It's like it's super fascinating, and it's something that we would probably never actually be able to study.
No.
Because like how could you even measure that? But like I just find it like fascinating that like people will literally like just grab hold of something and just believe in it wholeheartedly, and then like
I think those are the desperate people that need something in their life.
They need something to follow. Like the people who like constantly
cults
who like join could join cults or
even,
like
I would
random
even
religions.
say religion. Yeah.
Like think about
they need something to
like think about like the episode of Family Guy where like Peter created like the Church of the Fonz.
Yes.
And then like somebody else created like different churches after the Church of the Fonz was like it's literally just a bunch of people who just need something to follow and want to feel like a part of something that like they just go along with it because they're like like I like this person or that thing or whatever, let me just. And
that's kind of this that part of the human sickens me because it's just like, oh, I need something. I can't just survive. I can't just live.
Dude, eerie, bro.
Yeah.
Getting real up in this piece.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
Anywho's.
Those are pretty good stories, though. I think next time we should talk about Halloween.
I mean, next time we can actually have like a Halloween special.
Halloween special.
We should definitely have video by this time next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
More costumes, put the pets in costumes. And
oh my god, you guys would be able to see Bentley in costume. That would be so cute. What should we make Bentley?
Robin?
Yeah. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Bentley needs to be something cool.
He's the sidekick.
Listen, everybody, send in your ideas of what you think Bentley should be for Halloween next year. If it's soon enough, maybe this year, but definitely for next year, because he's a pretty big dog. To find a costume that big, I'd probably have to order it online, and it might not come in by this year, but we'll see. But I think Bentley could be like a dragon.
Yeah.
And he is brown. He could be a teddy bear. He could be a wizard.
Yeah.
He could be,
Oh, that's why he couldn't be Robin.
Because he's brown?
Yeah.
That's not it. Bentley ain't no sidekick kind of player, alright? Bentley is a main feature.
Is that true, Bentley?
Are you a main feature? Huh?
You got something to say? Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that so? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your commentary, as always.
Yes.
You're a good boy. You're such a good boy. Anyways. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's our take on existential crises and stuff. For now. And materialized beings.
Yeah.
But, as always, keep on listening and
Subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed.
And whatever you're listening on.
Tell your friends.
Yes.
It's not so hard to just be like, hey, I listened to this podcast. The people are pretty cool, down to earth. They talk about random shit.
Yeah.
Take a listen.
Yeah. And then let us know what you guys are interested in listening in. Because I know we talk about a bunch of different things.
Yeah, let us know if there's anything that you want us specifically to cover or talk about or do.
Yeah.
I post the links to either our YouTube or our Spotify on social media. So if you see it, make sure you give it a like, share it. Let us know about your life. If you want to just talk, I'm a great listener. I give good advice. If you don't want advice and you just need an ear, dude, I'm here for that too. I'm with it. I'm here all the way. And then I'll talk to Trey about it, and then we'll both give our inputs or something. Just interact, man. We love interactions.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I love interactions.
Uh-huh.
Trey will tolerate them because I said so. So.
Yeah, for sure. Haha.
Anyway.
Anywho's.
We still love you. Keep on living your best and brightest life.
Oh, yeah. Stay black and beautiful.
Or white, or...
I said what I said.
Purple, green, blue, yellow, pink. Whatever floats your fancy. So racist.
Oh, I'm not.
Whatever. Anyway. So long.
Farewell.
To you, my friends.
So long.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, guys. That's what's going on.
That's what's going on?
What?
It's
what
just
in
that's
the butt?
what's going on. No,
What
nothing. There's
in the
nothing
butt?
in the butt.
What?
There's nothing in the butt.
What in the butt? I forgot how the rest of the song went.
Yeah, so that's where we can stop.
Yeah, we'll stop right there.
Yeah. See ya.
God, bye, guys.